Okay, we'll get started. We'd like to welcome Brandt Snedeker into the interview room here at the Wyndham Championship. It has just been announced a few minutes ago, Brandt, 2024 recipient of the PGA Tour's Payne Stewart Award, presented by Southern Company, an award given for character, sportsmanship, and charitable giving. Can't think of a better player. Congratulations if we can get
thank
some...
you. Yeah, thank you. It's been, still kind of feel humbled by the experience. It's been something I've known for a couple of weeks now, and been hard to keep my mouth shut because I'm so excited about it. But it's something I kind of, early on in my career, I kind of circled as something I'd like to accomplish out here, because fortunate enough my rookie year to actually go to the Payne Stewart Award dinner on Tuesday night of the Tour Championship my rookie year, and saw Hal Sutton get it that night, and saw what it meant to him and how it kind of affected him in such a positive way. And I went to it every year. I played the Tour Championship and just saw these heroes and icons of mine kind of breaking down on stage and going through what they've given back in their communities, and kind of reinforce what the tour is all about, right? About sportsmanship, about affecting your hometown, your having your foundation affecting your hometown in a positive way, doing stuff the right way. And so I always really thought highly of that. And my family's all from Springfield, Missouri, where Payne grew up, and I grew up a huge Payne Stewart fan. So having this kind of come full circle right now is really special, and something I'm so proud of, and kind of humbled by it, to say the least.
Well, congratulations
once
again. We'll receive the award officially Tuesday of the Tour Championship.
Yes.
But now we'll move on to the Wyndham Championship,
Yes.
making your 16th start at an event that I know you love, our 2007 and 2018 champion. If we can get some comments on being back here at Sedgefield.
Yeah, it's always a good feeling. This week feels super special to me every year. You always come back to a place you won the first time, place I've won the last time, and now to tie this award into it this week being announced, I'm super happy to be here and in a great frame of mind. Obviously been a tough year for me on the golf course, but I've been grinding and practicing hard and feel like I'm close to doing something really good, and hoping all these things kind of line up this week for a good week for me. And, Lord willing, the weather will not be as bad as forecasted, and we can get it in and play 72 holes and have some fun.
All right, good stuff. We'll open it up to questions. We'll get a microphone to you. We'll start with John and then go to Kevin.
The award is a lot about sportsmanship and things like that. Do you recall something maybe in your junior golf career, or maybe when you're on as a professional, where that really came to pass, where you had to call your own penalty or something like that?
Yeah, we have, being out here on tour or playing junior golf, you always have things that pop up. I remember my first year on tour, I was in the last year of the Australian Open, and I had a chance to win the golf tournament, and I was in the rough on the 16th hole, and the ball moved. I knew it moved. My caddy saw it move, and I remember telling my caddy, I was like, "You see that?" And he was like, "No, I did not see that." And I was like, "No, it moved." He's like, "Dang it." So I called a shot. I ended up losing by a shot. I called penalty on myself. So that stuff happens on tour all the time. And, I'm a big believer in karma. And so, I don't want any bad karma on my side. So I've always tried to play by the rules and do stuff the right way, and try to help people understand it's the way we play golf out here. And, just make sure I do stuff the right way. It's kind of the way my parents raised me, and still believe that.
All right, Kevin.
Mentioned your family having ties to Springfield, Missouri. What are those ties? When did
yeah,
they...
but my dad's from there, grew up there. My mom went to college. They went to college at Drury College there in Springfield. I still have family that lives there. My grandmother actually knew Payne Stewart's father, and that's how she became a golf fan. She didn't play golf, and she's actually got me started in the game of golf. So, indirectly through Payne's father, I kind of got playing golf at an early age. I probably wouldn't have. And so, really cool to have that kind of connection with him. And I got to talk to Tracy on the phone when I got the award, which is really cool for me to spend some time with her and explain my story and what her husband meant to me growing up. And so probably one of my biggest regrets out here on tours, I never got to meet him. I wish I really could have. I've gotten to do so many cool things in the game of golf and meet all my icons pretty much, and he's the one I probably would have loved to have met the most. And so that's one thing I'll obviously never get to do, but super special to have my name on his trophy.
And when you think of him and what he brought to the game and kind of his flair in the moments, what comes to mind?
So much. I mean, he brought his personality. I think the biggest thing I loved about Payne was you saw how he was feeling. You saw him interact with the crowd. You saw how he loved the game of golf, how passionate he was about it. And then also you saw what he was as a family man later on in his life, later on in his career, how much that meant to him. And, I think of sportsmanship. I think of the Ryder Cup at, I think it was Brookline, where he gave Colin his last putt to lose the match. Because he knew it was the right thing to do. Like the crowd had gotten a little out of control at that point, and the Ryder Cup was pretty much over. So those are a few things that kind of stick out to me. And just the way he lived his life and the way his passion for not only the game of golf, but for giving back and for his family, I think is what kind of resonates with me.
And your foundation's part of the Korn Ferry Tour event in Nashville, and you're a Korn Ferry Tour alum. What's it mean to kind of be a part of that and support the young players?
Yeah, I feel like it was kind of a perfect fit for me. I feel like the 2 years I spent out there on the Korn Ferry Tour were so important to my development, and just felt like Nashville needs to have an event, and it lined up perfectly with what we believe in, and trying to get back to our local community and giving these guys a chance to chase their dreams. They're all one swing away, 1 week away from changing their lives and being out here on tour, and so to be part of that has been super fun, and getting to meet a lot of young guys do it that way has been awesome.
Are there any kind of younger players that you've come across or mentored or been particularly impressed by the way, whether it's their game or their approach to? Well,
I'm so old now out here. I've been mentored a lot. Or not mentored, but I've been impressed by a ton of these guys' games now. These guys come out so much. I remember the first time I played with Xander when he first got his tour card and saying, okay, this sounds different. The way he hits the golf ball is way different than anybody else I hear out here. Scotty Scheffler lost our event in a playoff at Nashville before he got his tour card. And I remember watching Scotty play, just going, God, this guy's different. He hits it high and far and not scared of anything. And so I've gotten to see all these guys grow up and come out here on tour and be great young players. So it's been, I got to play with Sahith Theegala a couple times last year, and so impressed by his game and what he can bring to the table. And I think it's just a great time for golf in America right now. I really do. I mean, between Will Zalatoris and all these young guys we have on tour that are pushing the needle so far for us, it's been awesome. So it's definitely a kind of a.
What do you say about the motivation that you have to keep grinding and keep getting after it?
Yeah, I don't like losing. So I don't like losing these guys. They play differently than I do. It doesn't mean I can't play with them. So, injuries and all kinds of off-the-golf course stuff have kind of come into play the last couple of years. So it's been nice this year to be injury-free and play and kind of feel like it's taken me a lot longer to get back to where I'm playing good, but I'm kind of ready to go now.
Okay, John?
Does this place make it a little more comfortable for you?
Yes.
I mean, is this kind of what you need?
It's amazing. You there's a reason why Tiger won 9 times at Torrey Pines and 7 times at Memorial, and all these. You go to the same places because you get good feelings, and when you have good feelings at the places, you tend to play well. This place, Pebble Beach for me, Torrey Pines, they all have that feeling. I seem to play well there every year. So when you come to places like that and you have that good feelings going, it makes golf a lot easier. You're not stressing about as much stuff because you realize that it's come Thursday, it's going to be fine. You know how to play the golf course. You know what it's going to take to win. You know what it's take to be successful around here and just to go out there and execute it.
Do you look at your plaque there?
I've passed it once this week already. Yeah, it's nice to see it. I can remember the round pretty clearly. I'm not that old yet. I still remember that. It wasn't too long ago. But, yeah, it's good. A lot of good mojo.
All right, let's go back to Kevin.
And then in terms of the growing up in the game, you mentioned your grandma. Could you kind of reflect a little bit on that, what that looked like, how old you were, and kind of where?
Yeah, I was 6 years old when I got my first set of clubs. She gave them to me. My dad had played a little bit of golf, but not a ton, and she was just obsessed. She didn't play, but she was obsessed, and so I went to stay with her one summer in West Plains, Missouri, a little small town outside Springfield, and she got me playing. And it's kind of, I came home and just fell in love with it and made my dad take me on the weekends and kind of grew from there. And so just, through that one little act of getting me a set of golf clubs and that one little interaction she had with Payne's dad kind of started this whole process. So it's kind of cool now to see it, 37 years later, to be sitting here in front of you and being at that awards means a ton to me.
And Payne is someone who he had a little mid-career lull and then kind of found it and rejiggered his mind a little bit and got to that level again. What do you think that says about golf, that you can really have these?
Yeah. I mean, you saw it last year with Lucas Glover. I mean, Lucas was struggling, and all of a sudden at John Deere, he played great and won here, and it can just happen that quick, and so it's why I love the game. You're never out of it. You're never as bad as you think you are. You're never as good as you think you are. You're always somewhere in the middle. So I'm trying to give myself a lot of grace this year and say, man, this has been a long year for you, but I've practiced hard. I'm ready to go, and waiting for that kind of good roll to come. And when it does, I'll be ready to take advantage of it.
All right, let's go to Steph.
We've seen some kids that you've mentored or who have played Sned's Tour kind of go on and make their first tour starts. How fulfilling is that to see versus personal career success?
Yeah, it's way cool. Yeah, I can't wait for a kid to get his tour card that's played on Sned's Tour growing up. It's the same junior tour I grew on playing up. So to have a kid like Blades Brown, who made a start this year and made a cut on the PGA Tour, who played on our tour, is really cool to know that, I didn't have anything to do with it, that he was going to do it, whether that tour was there around or not. But to have him have opportunity to play when he's a super young golfer and compete and teaching some core values about what we believe is really cool, and to take it from there and for him to grow the way he has been awesome to watch. And I can't wait for more young guys and young girls to go on to play college golf and professional golf off that tour. It's been really cool to see and super fulfilling, something I didn't really know what I was getting into when I did it. I was just doing it because I thought it was the right thing to do, and been blown away by the amount of parents and kids that have come up to me thanking me for doing that. And it's been awesome because I've, to have 2,200 kids playing on your junior golf tour and playing 212 events or something this year is crazy to think about. And so it's been a great thing for our state and for junior golfers around our state, even outside our state that travel in to play it.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? All right. Well, Brandt, once again, on behalf of everyone in this room, congratulations.
Thank you.
We couldn't be happier.
Appreciate it. Thanks.